the first time I've ever seen John make a three. Normally he just stands under the basket. Okay, John.
Man, you have him moving. There is something else seeing someone who knows what they're doing and dribbling with LaMelo like that.
How many ankles do you think you've taken this year? Hundreds? Thousands?
A lot, especially with the ankle breaker takeover.
When I'm out here playing, I feel like a lot of players use like PG. I do see Duncan a lot. What are some of the cards you see the community run with when you're out here playing?
A lot of Tim Duncan. I think he's one of the best level 40 rewards just because he had on every 6'11". A lot of people run Beasley, Gary Payton, those cards with the fast shots.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
I went to your corner, my bad. Here you go.
Take that.
Yeah.
Good stuff, Danny.
Good pass.
Good pass.
Good defense by Kawhi.
It really is.
Oh!
Doesn't matter though.
Wow.
Ooh, now it's not comfortable.
This Paul George is moving too. Current level 40.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Look at those moves, man. 5. Finish.
Good take.
Big D, no threes.
No threes.
Boom corner.
Help.
Good stuff.
Stay on him. Yep, no threes.
Yep.
Switch on screen? Yeah, yep.
Okay, I'm down.
1 second.
That's fine.
Man,
that was a tough shot.
two.
That was a tough shot. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Game.
What a shot!
Here we go.
That was nasty.
A shot only fit for a king of the court. Let me tell you that, ladies and gentlemen. That was disgusting. E-Bands, congratulations.
17 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 4 steals. MVP of the game for sure. Wow.
Didn't do it at Danny and Smith for sure. Great team ball, great defense.
Team
Thanks.
ball.
You can just drop us back down to earth anytime you want. Thanks for the carry. That was amazing.
E-Bands, thank you so much for carrying Team 2K TV. You know, take some Tylenol. I hope your back's okay from carrying both of them. But that was one heck of a performance.
It definitely was. Thank you so much for joining us for our wrap party.
Thank you for having me.
And there it is. More games to come.
You know who it is. If you don't, it's your boy Shake. Shout out to the Shake Squad and shout out to the Rise community. Shout out to everybody playing NBA 2k25. I want you to have a fun and safe summer. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you guys out there in the city.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Bash.
What's up, Tina? How you doing?
Man,
I mean, it doesn't matter. In game, dunk contest.
Ball out till you can't ball no more. My one tip is, man, you know,
Y'all remember Gerald Green?
I promise you, you're going to enjoy
Super
it.
bouncy, had one of the greatest windmills off the lob in NBA history. Yes, in-game dunk right there. That man was something special. 2007 dunk contest champion. The man was something special. Remember blowing out the birthday cake? Yes, Gerald Green, Texas boy. DBS?
Go ahead. I'll see you out in the city, and I want to see all those.
I'm going to go with the guy, with somebody in the highlight that's not even a dunk. I'm going to go with LeBron James. You may have heard of him. I'm going with this play is what comes to mind. I think about highlight. January 10th, 2000. He didn't even look like he was trying to sit on the rim. Look how high this dude is right now. His armpit level with the rim. Let alone all the dunks, let alone the high flying. Look at this thing, Terry. Oh my goodness. Everything that he's done in his career. That moment where he caught the ball almost at the top of the rim stands out to me. At 40 years old, he's still doing this stuff. LeBron James is clear to me.
Now, I do remember that Jason Terry done very well. Poor Wikipedia put an end to Jason Terry that day. Thankfully, Jason Terry is still with us. I love Jason Terry, JT the Jet. But I was going to go with Vince Carter, okay? I mean, that seems to be fairly easy, too. Yeah. I mean, Vince Sanity is a guy, you want to talk about ups. I mean, it doesn't matter. In-game, dunk contest, whatever. Whenever he got the ball, he was in the air, you knew it was over. It was over when Vince got the ball. And I'm going to give one more honorable mention, which I'm surprised we didn't mention here. Blake Griffin. Like, Blake Griffin's ups were absolutely out of this world. So shout out to Blake. Of course, he's going to be on Amazon this year as well.
At their building and coming through the tunnel. Starting with confidence. everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports.
Why is he not
NBA action is coming up.
What's up, Cena? How you doing? What's up, Cena?
In just a moment. They've gone through with Alec Burks is out there with her. And it's Bam in at the center position. And for Los Angeles, we'll see Paul and Leonard playing the forward spots. Martin out there with Dunn. And Sabonis in at the center. Regular sure to see a lot of quality basketball here tonight, given the veterans on both sides.
The reason that the strategy is so powerful is because the government mandates on average you get 15%, but there's some states where you can get a 25 to 30% mandated return for it. There's really only two outcomes if you invest in taxes. You get a double-digit rate of return mandated by the government, or you get the right to acquire that property for a fraction of the value. That's why I think it's the safest and the least amount of risk of any investment.
It's hauled in by Dunn.
Now the fifth one.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for
Doesn't
the
matter where
cover.
you start. Over the last 15 years, I cost like 40,000 investors how to buy different types of real estate. And I've never seen anything like it. You can start for a couple $100 and then you can scale to 7 and 8 figures. Now, as a bonus, and this is probably my favorite one right here.
Yeah, Kevin, you're obviously referring to the Heat.
Doing good, chilling, about to get started. Trying to get a little vibe, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get some streaming in on Speedy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Aunt Dave, you know what's popping in the Mixie. I'm back in my Mixie, you know what I'm saying? I've been faded for a little bit, now I'm back trying to get these videos out on Diddy, Fontin, the homies, shout out CC, and all them niggas on me Zale.
You might see logos for music.
That link right there will register you and a friend. So you have 2 tickets to the upcoming free class. So once you click that ticket, Chris Paul and Bradley Beal are officially Los Angeles Clippers.
The Clipper niggas ain't doing nothing, man. We on their ass.
Their entire careers, but Beal has already said CP3 will take it for his 21st season. So, Perk, how do you see the Clippers utilizing Bradley Beal?
I mean, I think he's going to do fine offensively. To be honest, he has no choice.
That move is trash.
This right here, this step right here with the Clippers is going to determine the future of Bradley Beal. And he's on the clock right now. And he has no excuses not to flourish in this offense, especially when having a coach like Ty Lue who maxed out guys. We saw it last year. He maxed out Big Zubac. We saw Norman Powell have a career year under Ty Lue, and we stand James Harden being one of the best facilitators last season, but over the last 3 seasons, this is on Bradley Beal, how he's going to be utilized. Bradley Beal has to come in and do his part. The team is going to put him in position to be successful. But again, he's on the clock. I think this step right
Why is he on the clock, though? Because you said so?
Hey, let me ask you this.
He's on the clock because you said so, and now he's going to feel like he's on the clock. Like, bro, that's what they mean about all this media shit.
Can handle this situation differently than
you niggas on the media who probably played or never played, get on here, and if a nigga have a couple bad seasons or get moved around a couple times, now it's his last leg. And it's not his last leg for real because he's still averaging 18, 19 on some good efficiency if he with the right players. But just because he been getting moved around a little bit, now it's his last leg. So now teams gonna feel like that. Like, now he gonna get the minimum and shit instead of what he really supposed to get. That's how y'all get the stars out. That's how y'all be doing that shit.
Let me tell you, I've had the good fortune of covering championship teams with the Lakers.
Sad part about Bradley Beal is he was never nobody's favorite player, so nobody's gonna give him.
There's nothing like being part of a team. And
niggas was mad when John Wall got shipped out. They wanted John Wall. Everybody wanted John Wall to stay.
NBA experience. I think if he can experience that with the Clippers here, he may have found his final home.
Go with it. Go with it. How you living?
The best thing that the Clippers got with Bradley Beal and a lot of their moves that they did this offseason, but they have a lot of wild cards now. Now, Bradley Beal was not a guy who would be for a big three. We saw that with Phoenix, where you can have 3 guys with the offensive skill set that can carry a team with a lot of deficiencies. He's not being asked to do that. He's going to score well with this team, and a lot of other players will too. But what you get from Bradley Beal is a guy who on a given playoff night, game 5, game 6, he can swing that series. He can give you 35 on one of those nights. Chris Paul can have a perfect Chris Paul game on one of those nights. What you have with the Clippers is a lot of versatility and a lot of guys who come playoff time can swing the tenor of an entire series. Don't tell me the Clippers could not have used a guy like Bradley Beal in game 7 when everything was falling apart. If he gets hot in a close playoff series, he can be the difference between the Clippers falling apart and having a miracle win.
That's a fact.
You have, again, one of those guys, the wild card.
Well, you know, I think the interesting part, and you mentioned it, Dave, was certainly the roster construction, I think, is much more beneficial for Bradley Beal. But the one thing none of you guys mentioned, and you started to allude to it in regards to career earnings, he can get paid again.
Yeah,
okay?
let's play that. Yeah, get on that, go crazy. Yeah, kill the niggas. Smack him in the face. We ain't playing no games. Fuck it. Kick him in the face with the soccer ball. We ain't playing no games. Fuck them niggas on me. You niggas gonna have to respect me. Respect a real nigga when you see me. Acknowledge me. Nigga. I ain't playing no games. You see me back to the grocery store, get you a pack of cigarettes, and I ain't playing no games on Newports.
Where do you put the Clippers in the West?
Me.
I'm putting the Clippers in the second half of the playoff picture in the West. I'm not doing this thing with the Clippers again. I put all my on the Clippers last year, and I went bankrupt, banking on Kawhi Leonard, banking on James Harden, thinking that these guys were going to come through in the playoffs. I have a lot of questions about this year. Yes, they have a lot of
signs. I just be talking and shit. I just be talking, trying to come up with new catchphrases and shit.
Harden is suddenly going to show up in the playoffs in a way that we have not seen before. I was wrong about the Clippers at the beginning of the year when the over-under was 35 games. Then I went all in on the Clippers and was wrong. This one, I'm going to temper my expectations on them. I know a lot of people are excited. I'm looking at this Clippers team to be anywhere from 5 to play in the West because I don't expect a healthy total season with the age of all the guys they have in that roster.
Yeah, I mean, David, first of all,
I agree 1,000. Go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
What you got, Bert?
No, go ahead, Dave. Go ahead. I want to hear what you got to say.
Well,
go ahead.
I'm just going to say, first of all, David, perfect metaphor. Put your chips in the middle of the table, talk about the Clippers, because we know Ty Lue is spending his whole offseason in Vegas enjoying his time at the Army. Really, when it comes to the Clippers, I think 6 best, I think was their odds. That makes sense. I think they'll be in the 5 to 8 range. And they
you could have. Appreciate it too, man. You know, always support. You always support.
That roster up with any other team in the Western Conference.
You and my boy Shiesty. Number 1 supporters out there.
Is older guys like Batum, like Chris Paul, like Brook Lopez, and even Bradley Beal, who's younger, was not very available these last few years in Phoenix. And so and the guy we see on screen too, Kawhi Leonard. I mean, the biggest questions, 2018, is Kawhi Leonard and can he stay on the floor for the Clippers? So to me, if they can get maximum health out of those guys, they have a shot maybe to creep up from the 5 to 8 range to the, maybe 2 through 4 is actually
Let's go. OBD.
Welcome to the new school year, parents.
Shout out to Hobie, shout out to Arte, shout out all the Hobies. You know, shout out my niggas at McDonald's. Shout out all my niggas in the boonies. Shout out my niggas in the mountains and shit. Shout out all my gorillas under the tree, because I ain't playing no games. On me.
The bottom part of the West being 5 through 8. And here's why. While other teams were out there going and getting younger at the most important position in the NBA, the wing position, the Clippers got old. Like, you have to be able to slide those puppies on the perimeter and defend at a high level. I can't put all my chips in the middle of the table banking that CP3, James Harden, Bradley Beal, and uncertain Kawhi is going to get stops. Obviously, OKC is them. You have to respect them. They have set the bar. But when you look at a team like athleticism, it's the reason that Aiden Thompson wasn't available when they were trying to get Kevin Durant. It's the reason why the Rockets held on to a guy like Tari Eason, who's another elite wing defender. Hell, they just picked up another wing yesterday off of Razor and a Kobe. So that's what you need to load up for. That's what the direction. No rebounds, no rings, but no wings. No wings. No rings. When it comes down to the defense. So you got to be able to defend at a high level.
But you're a poet and didn't even know it, man. That's how it works today here, apparently, on this show. In order for the Clippers to make noise out in the West, they will have to mesh together. And, fellas,
here's MP.
There are a few things in this world that work together better than this.
Today is National Peanut Butter and Chocolate Day. And I know peanut butter and jelly gets all the love, the best duo out there. Pairing of peanut butter and chocolate, I think we did PhD. But let's take a look at this little metaphor here. We know that SGA and everything all good, everything all good. I respect the best duo as the reigning champ. My number one score. That duo is kind of nipping at their heels here, a la peanut butter and chocolate first.
You know what? I'm gonna go to the East, and I'm gonna go with some other young dogs. I'm gonna go with Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley. I feel like this is going to be a year. I know last year, right, it didn't fit in how they wanted it to end, but I think those two guys are going to help the Cavs to where they're trying to go this season, and they learn from having a disappointing season last year in the postseason. I'm looking at Donovan Mitchell, still one of the most perimeter players in the game. We saw the strides that Evan Mobley took last year, winning defensive player of the year, making his first time All-Star again. He's going to continue to grow under Kenny Atkinson. I'm looking at those two positions, SGA and J-Dub Hills, and we can take so good just from a small and big standpoint what they've done with SGA and J-Dub this year and help us, okay, capture their first championship.
That's a pretty good one for David Dennis Jr. What do you got?
MP outside.
Well, first of all, when we're talking about the Clippers, we're talking about them in the 5 or 8. I think peanut butter and chocolate should be more close to 5 to 8. Come on, man. Peanut butter and jelly. First of all, he ain't out with caramel. He ain't caramel apple. He ain't peanut butter and chocolate. Peanut butter and chocolate right now. That's my first objection to the whole thing. Second of all, I don't think the fact what Kirk was saying, I don't think that he was talking about the best duo in the East. I think the best duo in the East and the second best in the league is actually Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. For what they've done, we saw last season, offensively, they were unstoppable for large portions in that season, especially when they got that pick and roll going. They didn't utilize it enough. Now you bring Mike Brown in there, the guy who is going to move the ball around, who's going to go a little bit more to pick and roll, a little bit more of those handoffs. We already saw at their height, those guys had those 5 20-point games each. In one series, we didn't see that to Shaq Kobe. I think they're going to level up offensively this year and be the second best duo in the league and the best duo in the league.
So aggressive.
I'm going to do it with Houston Rockets with Alperen Sengun and Kevin Durant. Maybe Jokic and one of the greatest scorers we've ever seen. Big boy Jokic, he benefits by having that facer, that gunner in Jamal Murray. Well, I love Jamal Murray, who's 6'11", and Kevin Durant. And with something to prove after the debacle that was singing. I think they're top to back, and you add up their average last year, you're about 45 points, 16 rebounds, 9 assists. They can get it done in a variety of ways offensively. One guy can be the screener, the other can be the guy for the ball, or vice versa. And I want to see what Donovan does with those two. Listen, I'm going to go with a little bit of an older mix here. Luka Doncic, not old, right? LeBron James, all right? LeBron James, but we saw last year from Christmas on regarding his defense, night in, night out. He was the best defender with the Lakers. And then I think, I'm with you, Bert, I think this is a Luka MVP type year. So I'm going to go nipping at the heels of the GM and J-Dub. I'm going to go LeBron and Luka.
And so MP will bring it up to the Boston Celtics. They lead by 7. From downtown, here's the 3. Oh, another miss by MP. MP outside. On the wing, Curry. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist.
Off a pass, Steph Curry. That one is always going in, or almost always going in.
Porzingis sets a screen. MP, that one's good.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth. Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
What do you think of?
Now here's
MP. I just signed that deal. He's got 5. Just signed the deal. But I feel like we were secure, but everything else around was going in.
Golden State needs to get off a shot. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. And the bucket is good. MP's got 17.
Showing a lot of muscle on the interior. I just signed that deal. You just signed the deal.
And He throws it down.
Everything else around
See you later. See this. Appreciate you too.
Using a huge one-hand slam. That's a great way to get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
I'm not taking that personally. A lot going on.
There's 6 seconds left in the first quarter here. With 1 on the clock. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Celtics out in front, leading by 10. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
I felt like there were other candidates out there that could definitely been our head coach that had championships.
And so far through 1 quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Celtics.
So far, they've been immensely aggressive on the defensive side, denying easy shots, and it's made a difference in the game.
And I had my
Celtics lead by 10.
So we had already had that out, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, yeah.
To the inside. Porzingis throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to be on MP, and he'll be shooting his first free throw.
There was a lot going on, just not within the team, but just.
What impresses me most about Porzingis is how versatile he is. I love that about him. He does a little bit of everything.
But
Warriors trail
I
by
felt
13.
like there was just a lot of structural things happening that was very quick. I mean,
outside Curry to the middle. Good D by Porzingis.
He's coming off an Achilles tear, right? And he's trying to get back
left side, Brown. There's Tatum with the 3.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
We have a great season, but at the same time, everything is just pretty much
outside.
easy. Like, everything's pretty much easy. Like, everything's easy, everything's going, and we trade the things.
And stolen by Porzingis.
During that stuff,
From deep, MP. And falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. MP's got 23 points.
MP squeezing all that juice he can get out of that arm. What a night he's had.
Oh, and the dunk by MP.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And let's send it over to Allen the first.
Hey, Brian. Well, in today's high-scoring NBA, every position has to be a threat. All-star Donovan Mitchell said, "We're getting away from the point guards who are just floor generals. It's passing and scoring that you're starting to see, and your level of scoring allows you to be a better playmaker. Teams have to respect that."
No doubt, Allen. Thank you. And the three-pointer goes. He has 29 now.
At this stage of his young career, MP knocking down jumpers, that is very encouraging.
Right now,
pass to Curry.
30% on your first order. Plus
Lays it up and in on a nice reverse. Curry's got 5 points.
His nimbleness makes him a unique threat at the rim.
A deep 3 from MP. And MP with a rebound.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there? You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
It was like you had coached the other team, and it wasn't anybody's fault. It's just opportunity. But we're in the same division. Can you imagine going against the coach that lives for all my
great D that time from Porzingis. And here's Boston. They're on a 12-4 run. A deep 3 from MP. From beyond the arc and then some. MP's got 32 points.
Really rare to see a young fella let him fly like that from range, but MP, he's got the confidence already.
Pass to Butler. Curry looking it over. Shot clock at 5.
That
That one rolls around and rims out.
So
you got to move past that one. I mean, they want him to take that again.
Right.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Warriors trail by 21. Here's MP. And it's MP with a rebound. The Celtics on offense. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. Outside Porzingis. Drains the triple. Porzingis has got 6 in the quarter.
The outside shooting of Porzingis. I mean, his teammates trust his ability to knock those down consistently. He proved them trustworthy.
Pass to MP. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. MP's got 35.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays. If it's working, keep working. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Here's MP. After the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. The shot off that time. And so MP will bring it up for Golden State. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Curry gets the bucket. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
Outstanding distribution there, man. What impressive passing ability.
MP way outside. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
The situation that they're doing with everybody.
Now here's MP.
He's doing this, he's doing that. So
1 second left.
It wasn't a big
and he hits it at the buzzer. Great job ending the quarter on a high note. Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter to give you a little feel-good momentum.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Screen by MP.
You know, they know everything that's got going on.
Behind the arc. Knocks down the triple. He's got 14.
And the 3 ball is just another way that MP can hurt you.
And here's MP from outside. He drops it for range.
It's turned into a showdown here. Pulling from distance. Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Now here's Curry. 9 points in the game. Shot clock at 6. Pass to MP. Now here's Butler. The rebound by MP. Celtics lead by 21. With the screen. From deep, MP. And again, Boston with the triple.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired. Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's MP. It's good. MP's got 5 points now this quarter.
Oh my, powering through from contact. MP just went to work on them in the paint.
MP no good. Golden State with the ball. MP with it. Picked up by Tatum. MP scanning the floor. Takes a 3. No good that time.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Tatum with a screen. From deep, MP gets the 3 ball to go. MP's got 44.
You live for nights like this when it's all working and the rim looks so huge.
Outside Curry.
UPS is the most trusted shipping.
Pass to Butler.
UPS being unselfish.
Here's MP. Inside. And it's MP with the rebound. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half.
this podcast, I feel like my bond is
fires the three. Warriors
you know,
with the
just
rebound.
kind of everybody just feeling comfortable. You know,
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, the NBA draft is now split over 2 days. Commissioner Adam Silver said second-round picks have become increasingly important, and this allows teams more time between those picks, as well as a chance to reassess after the first round. Also, given the level of interest, it merited primetime coverage and exposure.
All right, Allie, thank you. It's been a hit. Now here's MP. He's got 16. The kick out, Curry. Launches a three. The shot that time, not on target.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit. When you look at it, I think he rushed that three a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
The tricky little working well. MP's got 50 points. Pass to Curry.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad that he said this.
And here's MP.
We were all together.
Back to Curry.
It was really special. We had veterans, we had young guys.
MP outside to the paint.
Really breathed through.
Will it go?
You know, it was so easy. And I gotta give
here's Curry.
everybody their flowers that was in that locker room.
That shot is off. Good D by MP.
You know, I get injured, get injured in those playoffs. We don't know what could have happened, right? We don't
pass to Brown. Inside.
All three of us.
And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
You know, Porzingis keeps defenders on their toes because he's such a skilled player and has a bunch of moves.
You know, it's real.
And he can't hit the second.
It's not for play. Right, I say it's entertainment.
Outside
right?
Curry.
I'm saying it's a business, but also tied into that, we're real human beings dealing with.
Here's MP. Getting it to fall there. He's 8 of 15 in the game.
And that's what happens when you let MP get positioning inside.
Things happen.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. A deep three from MP. An absolute bomb from three-point range. MP's got 53 points.
Every shot. Like, there's no
searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Here's Curry. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Curry's got 11 points.
Hey, inside Curry has all the tricks. Floaters, scoop shots, fallaway, left hand, right hand. However he has to do it, he will.
One day, right, we all get to sit down.
At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. This one may have already been decided. Celtics out in front, just dominating this one. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter.
He had his own thing going too, so this is giving him clarity on what happened. But it's also
as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works, or if it's more of the same for the first three quarters. Pass to MP.
We were committed to the situation. I feel like we were committed only.
Tatum with a screen. MP way outside. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by MP.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
At the end of the day, but sometimes
down low.
Here's
MP. Porzingis grabs the board. And so Brown will bring up the Boston Celtics. MP with it.
Right? And it's not like Tatum. It's like
to the inside. The three is up. Oh, target from range. MP's got 56 in the game.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown. Boy, it's been a three-point barrage that came out gunning and have not stopped.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Offensive rebound. Oh, MP with a block.
Love the defensive stand by MP right there. Got the position he needed and sent it back.
It was weird for everybody, y'all. You know, and that's what I'm grateful that I've been able to gather all the
information. Outside. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. Hits the trifecta. MP's got 6 in the quarter.
That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me. It always shows through at the defensive end first.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Knocks it down from distance.
It looks easy, effortless. Curry, natural from long range.
Porzingis sets a screen. MP way outside. And again, Boston with the triple.
Since the break, he's been on point from beyond the arc. I'll tell you what, when he's this hot, it's a thing of beauty.
Yeah, so again,
It's
I
Pajemski
gave
on the
you guys
wing.
certain details of what was going
Outside
on.
Butler.
Watch the clip. That's all I want to say.
MP outside.
Without the ones like you working tirelessly to keep things running, everything
Doesn't go that time.
No matter your industry, Granger's here for you. The professional racing line.
Over 2.5 minutes in the
Granger.com
books
for
here.
your stuff line. Granger.
A deep three from MP. And the Celtics another three.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams. It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to
For
see.
some reason, fans are not thrilled about the future of WWE. One of the main reasons being oversaturation of the product. There's a lot of it nowadays. But I wanted to unpack this.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three happy down the stretch sometimes. Letting it fly.
Butler on the
wing. By the way, my name is Matt. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys are enjoying the
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
12 PLEs. That's not including NXT, those shows. It's not including Saturday Night's main event. Now we have Saturday's main events with 4 shows per year.
Takes advantage of it.
But I wanted to go back in time and look at how things were in the past.
That's good
The
for
days that
Butler.
I grew up with WWE, WWF, Raw and SmackDown, the pay-per-view,
Butler hits them
90s, the 2000s.
You know, when
and
you're
how
looking
was
to
it then
create
and
a
how I
culture,
kind of
a
felt about it.
championship
Maybe you
type
guys
culture
were
for your team, you want guys like JB, guys that are tough,
in the year 1999, there was 12
and consistent.
All the standing
And here's
here,
MP from outside.
No Mercy, Royal Rumble,
That's MP with the
WrestleMania,
rebound.
Survivor Series, SummerSlam.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean,
And
I'm sure he is too.
again. So then I backtracked and I was like, all right, let's look at something
Scoring the
popular.
rock
Like
at will,
2011,
but he needs more help
WWE.
from his
Really around that
teammates.
time we were getting 3-hour Raws, like super shows, SmackDown,
MP outside.
and we had 13
Fires from
pay-per-views at that time. And bear in
Get it
mind,
back.
there is a
Here's
little
Porzingis.
nugget here to say there are
MP no
shows, the tours that they do, and sometimes they turn those into full pay-per-view, like WWF
MP.
Rebellion, for example. So it varied year to year, but on average, you were looking at 12
There's 57
pay-per-views,
seconds
12
left in the
major
final
shows
quarter.
per year. In 2025,
Curry's shot is
as of
off.
right now, I'm doing this is before SummerSlam.
They've got a
And right now, we have
commanding lead.
11
It just seems like everything is going
main
their
live
way.
events that have already been announced.
MP
That takes us all
way
the way to
outside.
this year's Survivor Series.
Sinks
We've
it.
also
What
had
range from
NXT
downtown.
3 live events, 3 Saturday night
making
main
the shot
events,
look
and we've had one
easy.
collide
Certainly
because
has
of
put
WWE
some work
bought
into his
Triple X.
shooting
Another
motion.
thing I just thought of too,
Pass
that
to
where we have
MP.
a lot of content, a lot of shows, you could also
Launches
throw
it.
in TNA in there.
And
Because
that's
you have the
good.
WWE
Stephen Curry for
TNA
three.
partnership. You got
Man,
NXT
this is
TNA
just fun.
going on.
These
They're
teams are trading
cross-brand,
threes
cross
back and
promotion.
forth.
They throw in TNA.
Nothing like answering
We're
back.
all
One team gets
PLE
3,
here.
fire
You
3
have
of
Raw,
them.
NXT,
MP shot is
SmackDown,
off.
Raw, every single week. But if you
And
remove
here's
the
MP.
NXT
He'll bring it up
and
for the Golden State
the
Warriors.
NBC specials, you're roughly got about the same number
Pass to
of
Curry.
special pay-per-view PLEs as we used to have back in the day, the good old days.
Here's
However,
MP.
now, one of the big differences is major shows are now
Stolen
becoming
by MP.
three-night affairs. The whole
It's
weekend is just shoveled
And
with
so it's
WWE
Boston
content. We've
easily
had
grabbing this
several
one.
years now
We
with
saw two
WrestleMania
different
as a
teams tonight.
two-night
One
show.
played with confidence,
SummerSlam was
operating
good, the first
flawlessly.
time ever
The
it
other
was
just
two
looked
night
lost.
events. But also
And
remember
the
the
energy in
consideration
this
that the
building
next
was
year's Royal
awesome.
Rumble is
The crowd
also
was
going to be
involved
a
from the
two-night
jump,
show.
and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
Show.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Wrestling fans in
For
general,
Grant Hill.
we're not accounting for the fact that there's other promotions out there, by the way. And if you're a wrestling fan that likes more things than just WWE, maybe you are also enjoy AEW. We saw most recently
You had a really jammed weekend where you had NXT, you had All In, you had Saturday Night's Main Event, and you had Evolution, all packed in one weekend. It was a lot. All In was awesome, though. So just the pay-per-views, those monthly shows with WWE, they're on average about the same if we exclude NXT and Saturday Night's Main Event. So there isn't a huge difference there because also, as many fans would say, and so would I, you don't have to watch everything. You can cherry pick what you like. And some people do. Some people are hardcore fans and they consume everything and they love it. And other fans, they're a little bit more casual. They might watch Raw, they might watch SmackDown and the main shows and that's it. And other fans, they also may just tune into something like Royal Rumble season. They go from Rumble to Mania, post-Mania to get their fill of WWE and then they're gone. Everybody's different. That's kind of the beauty thing about wrestling in general is that you can dive in and consume what you like. Bounce out if it's not for you for a while, and then see when it gets hot again for you. But if we do include NXT's big PLEs, their specials, and all of the Saturday Night Main Events that we've been getting, you are having a lot of WWE shows. You got 12 there, you got another 4, we're up to 16, and you got however many NXT shows, we could say maybe 5 more or more. You're getting into 20 plus shows, premium event for WWE every. As of right now in 2025, you have essentially doubled all the output of content, not including what we have on weekly TV as well, where you have Raw that is about 2.5 hours on average. We used to have it 3 hours, and they've increased it now since we're on Netflix, NXT, and SmackDown. Thankfully, for me, SmackDown's gone down to 2 hours instead of 3. I don't like it as a 2 hour, that's a nice time frame. But even the weekly content is a lot. And so you can start to see where a lot of fans would feel a sense of burnout. A sense of just feeling like everything's a little bleak, and then it's just too much. And then they get bored, because maybe it's just too much in their face all the time. But I don't think that it's just having so many shows that really seems to do it for fans. I would argue that another big component to all of this, and why some fans may be feeling like there's just too much, has to be
nursing at ECPI University.
ECPI has given me more than the skills needed because it was actually more hands-on. All of the classes I have taken, I have had to apply in some form in my career. They prepare you for being on that floor, and I had the confidence that I needed to be able to deal with the patients. I'm just going to be forever grateful to ECPI for that. I'm extremely proud of that.
Do with social media. Let's look at YouTube for a second here, because that's where I live, and that's what we're on right now. Every WWE clip from Raw and SmackDown and NXT, every show is uploaded to their YouTube channel. Every match, highlight reel from Raw, it all takes place on Netflix. It then gets uploaded almost instantly and immediately to the WWE's YouTube channel, which is great for that audience that wants to be able to just grab a couple of the matches, key moments, the highlights, and be able to just move on. The beautiful thing, and we're not talking about just the negatives here, because there are a lot of positives when it comes to social media.
Now that we know NBA2k25 has 3 different editions to buy from, we need to know which one is the most worth it. Not my opinion, but what the math says. What I'm doing today's video is take all the things that each of them come with, see how much everything costs, and see what is the best plan for your product. In the plus, I see the pack. It is packed. If you'd like to about NBA 2k26, update the things like that, please go to that extra. And I'll be talking about some games called the 3 editions for NBA 2k26 are the standard edition at $70, the superstar edition at $100, and the Leave No Doubt edition, long name, $150. And I'll get into detail with every single one. This is pretty standard from 2K to have 3 different editions. This isn't anything new. Let's start off with the most basic one, the one that everyone's probably going to buy, the standard $70 edition. Now, if you buy the game how it is, it does come how it is. No extra things, anything like that. However, if you pre-order the game, you do get the pre-ordered content, which right there on PlayStation says 2 My Team promotional packs, a My Player Gamer plate, and 10,000 VC. Now,
Drake is no stranger to rap beats, with infamous clashes against Common, Meek Mill, Pusha T, and more recently Kendrick Lamar. Yet one rivalry stands out for its peculiar one-sidedness, and it's his ongoing tension with Pharrell Williams. Despite Drake's repeated taunts, sneak disses, and outright jabs, Pharrell has maintained a stoic silence, never directly engaging. And their dynamic is as puzzling as it is intriguing, with fans speculating about what keeps Pharrell silent in the face of Drake constantly trying to provoke him. But what many don't realize is Pharrell's tension with Drake actually traces back over a decade, and it didn't even begin with Drake. It started with Lil Wayne, and even before that, with Birdman. But to fully understand the roots of this ongoing beef, we need to rewind. Born on April 5th, 1973, Pharrell grew up in the Atlantis projects in Virginia Beach. His love for music began as he listened to old records lying around the house, which prompted him to listen to the likes of Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, and others. As Pharrell's interest in music grew, his grandmother gave him his first snare drum, and Pharrell's journey in music began. Pharrell joined the school band.
Once a dynamic duo, now they're not even on speaking terms. But in this video, we're going to talk about how Gunna was able to succeed live despite all the allegations, hate, and lack of energy support, while Young Thug, despite having all the hype getting on the grill, was failing. But in order to do that, we got to go back to 2022. Young Thug, Gunna, and 26 others swept up in Georgia's RICO case, accused of running a criminal enterprise under the YSL name. Suddenly, lyrics became evident, and affiliations became targets. Thug refused to take any deals, but Gunna decided that after 8 months of being locked up and having bail denied on several occasions, that he would negotiate a plea agreement that would allow him to come home early, while Thug remained behind bars. At first, people were celebrating. This young student and supported Gunna, welcoming him home, and blogs were calling it a win. But it wasn't long before court footage dropped exposing what actually led to his release.
YSL is a music label and a game, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in the game.
Look, give me some McDonald's. When you come back, I might remember something. Can you do that? Shit, man, fine. Cool. Yeah, done. Gunna did the unthinkable. The narrative flipped instantly. People started labeling Gunna as a rat and began getting trolls for saying yes, ma'am, on his fans. Gunna water, man. Can't be in the city doing all that rapping. He eventually deleted his tweet and things started going downhill quickly for Gunna. But here's the thing. Gunna never testified against Thug, never took the stand in his case, and never mentioned Thug's name in court. And yet his name got run through the mud like he was the main reason Thug was in jail. Gunna released a public statement to his Instagram after receiving so much backlash. While I have agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify to be a witness or against any party in the case, and have absolutely no intention of being involved in the trial process in any way. I've chosen to end my own legal case with an Alfred plea and end my personal ordeal by publicly acknowledging my association with YSL. An Alfred plea in my case is the entry of a guilty plea to the one charge against me, which is in my best interest, while at the same time maintaining my innocence toward the same charge. An Alfred plea means he didn't admit guilt, but agreed there is enough evidence to convict him. This caused a bigger conversation to take place in the industry on what can and can't be considered snitching, which has always felt like a moving target. This political review is an article that got the attention of Gunna's attorney, Steve Pharrell, titled Gunna's 2022 release in jail has raised speculation from hip-hop fans regarding snitching. Pharrell defended these snitching allegations in response to his article by saying, "Still attending his opposite hearing shows he resolved his own case and cannot be used by the prosecution against himself or any other defendant." But if you're with his attorney adding clarification and coming to his defense, it still was unclear whether Gunna's Alpha plea to be considered snitching or not, and that courtroom footage felt impossible to overcome. It wasn't long before Gunna started losing all his energy to support, Lil Baby unfollowed him, Lil Durk publicly distanced himself from leave that Gunna. Oh, that. I don't shit about fake ass, man. That man told you. You should have went in there and kept your mouth closed. And even Weezy, his longtime friend and producer, publicly called him a rat. But this is where Gunna's redemption arc truly began. Gunna's been dead for forgiveness. He didn't explain himself in interviews. He let the media talk. His first thing with bread and butter was a statement piece. He took shots at prosecutors, at fake friends, at the whole situation, and then he dropped a gift and a curse. A solo album with no features and a project that felt like a man rebuilding his foundation in real time and rapping from his life. He grew up, TikTok, clubs, radio, billboard, it was everywhere, and the fan base started shifting. Comments like team became comments. That wasn't just trolling, that was people speaking from music over the street politics. Gunna's fan base evolved. His story became one of the biggest in that family. Because he never relied heavily on street content anyway. He was making hits, and that's what people showed up for. Now, contrast that with Gunna. When he got released in October 2024, the culture erupted. IG stories from Nicki, Travis, Drake, they all showing him love. It felt like a homie. He had streets in the eyes. Everyone had him hanging out and thought that he was going to be put to jail for a 90 time. It turns out his privilege came a serious claim. Club said guilty and was sentenced to time served, but also hit him with 15 years of probation, a 10-year ban from Metro Atlanta, and heavy restrictions. No gang references, no contact with former YSL affiliates. You have to do anti-gang presentation, and any misstep to land right back inside. But something was odd. Young Thug requested the court to allow him to still be able to make music with Gunna, despite all the drama online, whether or not he did.
The Williams had no contact with any of the co-defendants in this indictment, with the exception of Mr. Contavious Greer, that is his biological brother, as well as Mr. Sergio Kitchens. He's a phenomenal artist. He goes performer known as Gunna, G-U-N-N-A. Mr. Williams and Mr. Kitchens are contractually obligated, and they frequently perform music.
And while Gunna never did much talking online, his actions show he still wanted to maintain his friendship and relationship with Thug, despite the allegations around street lines on shows and performing a lot of their old collabs.
Some crypto exchanges make you wait forever. High fees and slow trades, hard pass. With high liquidity, your trades happen in seconds, not hours. On Kraken, you can access over 275 coins from Bitcoin to altcoins, backed by a proven track record of uptime, transparency, and top-tier security. So stop waiting, stop overpaying, and trade smarter with Kraken.
Sell to your customers anywhere with Shopify, the commerce platform designed for entrepreneurs. Online, on social, in person, and on the go.
But that dynamic shifted and through just 1 month after the release. Gunna, stop acting like he's playing on the internet. I don't know you, my guy. That tweet hit different. It was the first time Thug made it clear that whatever relationship they had was done. There was no more speculation. Instead of Thug dropping music out the gate, he just tweeted. In fact, the only way to get anything from Thug was to go on Twitter, not Spotify, not Apple Music. It would take until March, 5 months after his release, to finally mention anything about music, saying, y'all know you're gonna have to beg me to drop this in the city. On Tuesday, April 1st, now 6 months after his release, Thug posted a picture of the DA's investigator calling her a liar, risking another violation. They argued that it endangered a protected witness and violated terms. The judge declined prison time but warned him to exercise restraint. You would think the tweets will stop here after moving management back in the position he fought so hard to escape. But no criticized the bill and sought a full credit over his testimony in the legal case that he was required by law to participate in as a federal subpoena.
Just last week, the Torah testified that Sean Bush had threatened to blow up his cousin's car because he had found out about their relationship together.
He tried to blow up his car over gangsters. someone he beat on camera for the world to see. Leave the ring. People wanted music, not Messi too. Thug was released in October, and it'll be a long 6 months before he would eventually release his single Money on Money, featuring Future. An unimpressive introduction to this new era of Young Thug. This release fell flat and barely crept into the top 40 on Billboard at its peak. UI's study was supposed to be the big return. Instead, he's been unable to build an ounce of hype around his music, with fans on Reddit saying he lost it. People questioning if the fire is even there. For someone who wants to find Atlanta's sound, this is a serious song from Drake. You see, Gunna's growth has been deeper than just the music. After getting out, he slimmed down, stayed quiet, and focused on his health and growth. Gunna also quietly covered up his YSL tattoo. No rant, no drama, just a clean break. And that didn't sit right with us. He jumped into the comments saying, I mean, he did say it should end, LOL, referring back to the court footage of Gunna on the stand. Another tweet, another delete. But at that point, the message is loud. Thug is watching Gunna closely and is eating at him. Meanwhile, Gunna never responded, not even once. No sub-tweets, no sneak distance, just more music, more winning. He's moving like someone who's already been peaceful before life. Like someone who accepted that the old chapter is over and he's not ready to come back. But on Thug's end, I think he's stuck. And honestly, this Reddit post said it best. For Thug to be this hot over Gunna's tells me he knows Gunna. Now, to be fair, Thug brought Gunna into the game. He helped shape him, made space for him to YSL, and gave him a lane. So from Thug's perspective, this wasn't just industry beef. It felt like betrayal on a personal level, like someone he considered a brother might have played a role in him being locked up for life. Even though the legal facts don't support that idea since Gunna never actually testified against him, it's not easy for them to look at that courtroom period. Legal fans can separate the music from the street politics, but for Thug, that moment was unforgivable. Still, what's undeniable in this, Gunna has survived everything that should have crushed him. Industry blackballing, internet hate, mixed allegations, and somehow he's the one thriving. Thug is watching what happened in real time, and it's hard for him to accept. He's trying to force these outdated street rules on fans who just don't care. At the end of the day, this whole saga stopped being about his hits and started being about his future moments and commitment. People are randomly Gunna because the music's hitting. Simple as that. Random Gunna hits. Addicting first hit. TV hit. They took over the culture. The memes, the TikToks, the TikTok shows, it's not because people forgot what happened, it's because they moved on. They see an artist who was isolated by the industry, but owned his moment and bounced back a better artist for it. Gunna never leaned into the drama, he leaned into growth. He gave his people something real, and now he's reaping the benefits. Meanwhile, Thug, he's struggling to catch that same wave.
I finally ditched my Ring doorbell and switched to Safe Doorbell, and I honestly wish I had done this way sooner. Here's what blew me away. First, the motion alerts are instant. No lag, no delay. I actually get notified while someone's at the door, not after they've already left with my delivery. Second,
what's poppin', y'all? Yo, it actually worked. Like I told y'all, it's uncanny the resemblance that we're getting in history. And this all started with Young Thug. Yeah, none other than Young Thug. Young Thug was highly inspired by Lil Wayne. He tried to show love to Lil Wayne, then he said he was going to drop the Carter 6. He got into beef with Lil Wayne. He allegedly was somewhat close to the very close to the person that shot up Lil Wayne's tour bus. And then now, Young Thug has an artist called Dying Vicious who's been at the same exact tactics that Young Thug was at when he initially blew up, except he came at Lil Uzi Vert. So he initially came at Lil Uzi Vert and said, oh, they fell off like they oozed. And then that started spreading. It started getting posted everywhere. And I made a video about it, and I talked about how this guy's using the same exact strategy as Young Thug. Is Uzi going to bite? I'm not sure. I wasn't sure at the time, but Uzi did bite. And that guy walked it back before Uzi said anything. But I'm going to play you guys the clip of Uzi at some event, and he starts popping his stuff, and man, I love every bit of it. Don't play you guys the clip first.
Come on, swag, stop controlling everything. Stop playing with me, bro. I'm quiet. You say y'all something. Valentino, 2 men on my neck, gloves on, in the case. Stop playing with me. I don't care how y'all treat this either. You looking too bad. Too bad. I am the blueprint. Literally. Stop playing with me. They've been stealing my swag and I don't say nothing. And I'm still not saying nothing. Let's just take this like it's not reality. I am the swag. Everybody steal my swag. You talking about? What? I'm the biggest nigga, Uzi. What the? I can't even help this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I was different. I'm so sorry I got the same aspirations as Michael Jackson. I'm so sorry. And when I come out, let's get my act up. On that bush, I'm gonna put some away. I've been cut my age off 5 years ago. I'm just popping it for my fans. That's all. Don't worry about it. And I got that song. I don't care how y'all pick this. Y'all pick everything I say. I don't care how y'all pick this. Stop playing on me. I've been showing y'all niggas how to swag. Cardi on my ankle. Y'all gonna do this next year. Y'all gonna do this next year. Everything that's gonna do next year, the world gonna understand it next year. I'm not gonna understand it this year. Nobody don't give a let's be disrespecting Uzi like I ain't finna pop out with them too. Y'all just be goddamn. I ain't really know how I dress. I'm the only one that know how I dress. I'm dressing tech. And it's gonna go down like this.
Yo, this is what I need from Uzi, man. This is what I need to, and this is the thing too. I don't want to hear anything from these little young boys that's coming up right now. These young guys, these young rappers trying to put some disrespect on Uzi. I remember the first time and Lil Uzi is right. He is the blueprint. Now, there's probably one or two of you guys that remember one of my first videos ever. I mean, we're going back to early 2017. I believe it was titled, I don't think it's up anymore. I believe it was titled Lil Uzi Vert is the New Lil Wayne. And people were kind of like hating on it at the time. But when you look at it now, and I was talking about the influence of Lil Uzi Vert, and every time people have hated or tried to criticize Lil Uzi Vert's music, I've said from 2015 to 2020, Lil Uzi Vert has done everything he needed to do. I don't need any more Lil Uzi Vert music. That's it. You're cemented. It's kind of like even when Prince was alive, right, in the 2000s, people weren't really too interested in. They were like, hey, Prince, whatever you did in the 80s, that's enough for us to last us a lifetime. For Uzi, whatever he's done from 2015 to 2020, that's all I need. He can drop stink bombs for the rest of his life. And I'm good with it. That's still Uzi. That's still a legend in the game. Yes, I'm giving him legend status. So I remember the first time I heard Lil Uzi Vert. It was, and this is, Uzi Vert is doing this for 10 years. Like, people talk about 2016, and that's when Uzi really went mainstream. But 2015, it was either late 2014 or early 2015 was the first time I heard Uzi. And it was the song Super Saiyan. And I remember it was the music video for Super Saiyan, I think it was. Or was it I think it was Super Saiyan. And I don't know if it was posted on the Fader or the Twitter account or something, but he didn't have any followers at the time. I think he might have already been signed. But I was like, okay, like, have you ever made $1 million from your talent? I've never even heard of you. How did you make $1 million? And soon after, the mixtape.
Why are you not investing in passive? No, seriously. Why are you not investing into one of those most incredible real estate strategies that's the most passive and creates the highest rate of return? Now, I bet you're thinking, Brian, I don't even know what that is. And even if I did, I don't know how to do it. So 5 things I want to go over just quickly with you. The first thing about passive is it doesn't take
not the real Uzi. I actually didn't listen to the real Uzi until Love is Rage came out. Love is Rage, the first one came out, and the cover was just marvelous. And then Safe House, that's what drew me in. I was listening to the Safe House, I was like, yo, this is crazy. And keep in mind, I was a huge early supporter of Young Thug. So 2014 Lifestyle, so I knew about Young Thug before Uzi. So I see Young Thug is on there too. So I'm like, okay, cool. So that whole tape, I ran that tape up and down so many times. So for me with Uzi, like it goes back. And then the run he went on in 2016, honestly, I was one of the people that liked Pink Tape. I messed with Pink Tape. Now, EA2, like I said, I didn't need any more Uzi. That's what I said. I don't need any more. Now, if he drops something, it is what it is. Pluto, like there's songs on there, but nothing touches me. Pause. Like, 2015 to 2020 Uzi. I don't know if that can be replicated, whatever the case may be. But these young bucks, it's like, you gotta show some respect. And even academics, and this is why I say what this 9 Vicious guy has been doing is quite brilliant, because he even got academics talking about this situation now. So I'm gonna play you guys the commentary that academics gave on this situation, and then we're gonna continue talking about the video clip.
Now, shout out to Uzi, man. There's another video I couldn't find it where he's talking about the artist he beat with, which is in a Young Thug sketch. Yo, honestly, bro, and I communicated with Uzi recently. I watch him kind of, embrace everybody else, because one thing with Uzi don't come across as a hater, but I don't think he realizes, well, I hope he realizes now how much the swag and the song developed a sound, and he developed a style that so many people, and I'm not saying he wasn't inspired by whoever, but I'm talking about that new gen. You gotta remember, Uzi's been in the game for damn near 10 years now. Yo, everybody keeps saying 2016, that's 10 years ago. Okay? Like, life is going on. Uzi's a living GOAT, and when I see him popping it,
I kind of been around computers a long time. It was interesting to learn about all that stuff I didn't know about. Accelerated degrees in cybersecurity at ECPI University. I really appreciate that.
If that Uzi dressed like Prince when he beat Charlie Murphy in that basketball game.
I will say this is, number one, Uzi is a little bit out there. Like, when people are talking about like Uzi's, number one, anybody talks about Uzi being soft, that's not the case. We saw him run down on Rich the Kid. Rich the Kid hopped across the platform. He hopped across the table at Starbucks, went into the employee section, and was getting ready to play barista with the apron and everything. He even painted his hair purple. Well, he already had colored hair at that time, SoundCloud rappers. And he was making somebody's caramel macchiato.
Let me get a bucket.
Uzi running down on him saying, yo, is it sweet? You think it's funny? Because look, Rich the Kid was laughing at him saying that he should have signed with Rich Forever, which would have been the biggest nightmare of Lil Uzi Vert's career. We probably wouldn't even be hearing about him right now. So in Lil Uzi Vert, you got these, the guy's wearing gloves that you would think a grandmother from the 1800s in England would be wearing to 4T, and he says, in case somebody got to start popping the gun. And it's like, no, it was, keep in mind, Lil Uzi Vert has put on and taken off braces on top of his veneers, which are already straight, like 4 to 5 times. That's not somebody you want problems with. Let's be real. And this got so much attention, so much so that Young Thug had to speak on it. So Young Thug, he goes on social media and he tweets out the following: Uzi and Nine, call me ASAP. And like I said, Uzi's relationship with Young Thug goes way back. Now, Thug and Nine, they're very close, and it's beyond just, I don't know if it's been revealed yet, but it's beyond just like, oh, I signed him because I think he's a talented artist. Now, if I were to say something that's potentially missing from Uzi that he doesn't have, that other people do, and academics also talked about when he went and vlogged with Uzi was just really humble and talking about how, like, yo, you gotta understand, Young Bucks, they're next up, talking about Destroy Lonely and Ken Carson, who would really take off soon after. But I think it's the selflessness from Uzi that maybe doesn't allow him to be remembered in the way that a Young Thug or a Cardi does, because Uzi didn't really sign any artists. And it's not that he couldn't sign any artist, or perhaps maybe he didn't want to. Well, he did sign that one artist that was a girl that, unfortunately, she passed away. She was shot and killed. But he didn't have this new gen underneath him. I think that's one thing that gives King Spider or Young Thug a lot more, like, it gives a lot more credence to his legacy, because he signed Gunna, and Gunna's making better music than him right now. And he's not in talking terms with Gunna. They don't mess with each other. But Gunna and Lil Baby come from underneath Young Thug. So there was this branch of the tree that is sprouting from Young Thug. Same thing with Cardi. But it's almost as if like it ends with Lil Uzi Vert. Similarly to Nicki Minaj. Like, Nicki Minaj has a lot of girls influenced by her, but did Nicki Minaj bring anyone underneath her and raised her up? Something that we see female rappers do generally. Like, she does throw huge layups, like she did for an Ice Spice, for instance, or even a Coi Leray. But I don't think, I can't really judge Nicki Minaj on that too much, because we haven't seen other female rappers do that either. Perhaps there's just a lack of the number of female rappers to be able to do that. But with Young Thug, like, I think that's the only thing that's missing with Uzi, if I had to be critical somehow. Otherwise, really, what inspiration is there? What competition is there? Because you got to look at Lil Uzi Vert's class. I think Uzi looks at it like, yo, am I going to compete with these young guys? Like, I'm kind of an OG in the game right now, so I'm not going to compete with these young guys and compete as in look at them as my adversaries. I think he's more welcoming towards them, and he doesn't feel threatened in his position by them like other artists in his class. But if you think about the other people, let's just say from 2016 class, right? Who's Uzi competing with? Uzi's above, and this is the thing, like, Uzi is catalog-wise above Yachty, catalog-wise above 21 Savage. Who else? Who else was on that list? Kodak, I don't know about that. That's very, very different music. Kodak's catalog is, I absolutely love Kodak Black music, but this is not going to turn into a Kodak